Happy Thursday. I had a good day. It was just all the way around a good day. So hang on, I'll show you all the stuff I ate and what I did. Hello. Well, I did it. Let me see if you can, that little bitty strip. So the actual long-term COVID protocol is to start with 7 milligrams. I ain't about that. Just jump in that kind of life. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Like, I'm one of those people that's like sensitive to some stuff. Like, and so like something that's gonna make somebody else be cool this way is gonna make me be this way, and something makes somebody else this way, it makes me this way. So I really have to be careful with how and what. So anyway, yeah, so I did 3 milligrams, no, 3.5 milligrams. So what I did was, because of the cost of them, and believe me, this isn't going to be a channel about it. I'm just telling you all about my experiment, because I don't want to make this some channel about that. It's a channel just about me and the random stuff I do. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's really dumb. But anyway, so yeah, it is, I have 3.5 milligrams and it is a nicotine patch. And so what I can say today, like I said, the protocol is 7 milligrams for 15 to 30 days. But again, I don't want to just dive right in. So probably tomorrow I'll probably do 5. Again, just to see, because I don't want to just get all, whatever it's going to do. So anyway, that's what I've done. I do feel a little more focused, a little less, like this morning. It's kind of funny. Before I got in my shower this morning, I was like, I had not even drank my coffee and I was feeling like, nee. And so after I got out of the shower, I put this on, and as the day's gone on, I've been a little more, I don't know. Again, it's just all the things. Or maybe it's just coincidence. So, but anyway, so I'm just, but like I said, for this effect, it's 15 to 30 days. So what do we have? So last night, I used my air fryer, and I'm telling y'all that I am so thankful that sometimes I'm glad I'm easily influenced. Sometimes I'm not glad I'm easily influenced, but I'm glad that I was influenced by Laura Spath several years ago to buy that meat thermometer. It's the Meter, MEATER thermometer, because I use that so easy in my with my air fryer. So with the pork, and then with the chicken burgers, I put it in for so long, and then when it's defrosted enough, I just shove that thing in there and set it up on my phone or my iPad, and it tells me what it's done. So it's really nice. I'm not having to like wonder, is it done? Is it not? However, you ain't got to go out and buy that thing. I think at the time I got it, was like $80. And but you ain't got to go buy that. You can just go to the store and buy you a simple little kind that just has a little the little thing, and you pick up your pork steak and stick it down in there, and that'll be just fine. You ain't got to worry about doing what I'm doing. You do what works for you. So even with the patch situation, you do what works for you. Again, I'm just hoping that this can really help me with my long-term effect. Can you imagine watching me and all I put on something is salt? Because I no longer need all of those seasonings that I use. I mean, a sprinkle, but can you imagine if I got my sense of smell or taste back and smell back, and I'm just like, I don't even need all these seasonings. That would be funny. Anyway, so last night I cooked a whole pork steak, and I cut it in half, and then I cut it into strips, and I ate half of the strips last night and half of this in this bowl. And then I cooked 2 burgers, and I ate 1 burger last night with that half pork steak and 1 burger today with this pork steak. I've not had any like food noise. My stomach's growled, but I haven't had any like random food noise. This is a bite of pork steak, and I brought some barbecue sauce. the vegetable that this is in with, it's broccoli. Y'all know you can buy like frozen veggies. That's what I've been doing. This one's seasoned already. But if you're somebody who don't eat a lot of veggies, but you'd like to eat some veggies, but you don't want to buy all of them and then turn around and just go bad real fast, well, buy some frozen veggies. Just read on it and read the ingredients. And because I did that whenever I first came from carnivore. Oh dang, I forgot to. Anyway, when I first came from carnivore, I added some veggies, but I was kind of intimidated by adding veggies because, in the carnivore world, veggies are trying to kill you. They're awful for you. Don't eat them. Don't eat them. Which that's the case for some people. I mean, by gosh, look at poor Michaela Peterson. She can't take a bite of nothing but lamb and beef. But anyway, but one of the first veggies I was using was the frozen zucchini. It was yellow zucchini and green zucchini or squash, whatever, anyway. But that's what I was eating. So yeah, so you can buy frozen veggies. You can get them with seasoning or without. With sauce, without. Having done this a little bit, what I think I might do in the future is take it, buy the big bag of veggies, and then put those in Ziploc bags, like portion those out to where all I gotta do is pull them out, and then season them up however I want to. But I think that would be a good idea too. Then, because it's probably more cost effective to do that. What I've been doing is buying the smaller bags, so it's like 2 or 3, sometimes 4, I think, servings. But I'm really enjoying this warm veggies at lunch. It's cool in our building. It's cold, so this really kind of gives me that warm, toasty feeling. A good hot meal on a cold winter day in the summer. Anyway, so that's that. That's why I know I'm just kind of not feeling the tracking thing right now. And so I'll keep my eye on my weight. The other day I was 166, so, but Lord knows, ate out Sunday and Tuesday. We ain't checking till Saturday or Sunday or maybe Monday. We'll see. I guess that's all I got to tell you. Oh, I found that you can buy a skin-on chicken breast. So I'm going to try 1 pack. So I have this thing. My mom has it too. And she's had her throat surgically stretched. Well, I ain't about that life. So whenever I eat chicken or lean meats, the food will get, there's like a pocket or something like right here, and it just catches. So Mom refuses to drink water when she like rice she gets, and so what happens is it catches and then it just fills up until she has to go in the bathroom and bend over and it comes out. Me, I've learned over the years that if I take a bite of like a lean pork or lean chicken, I take a drink with it. It don't matter what it is, if I drink water or Kool-Aid or whatever, soda, I just have to have liquid with that meat before I swallow, and it'll go on down. So for me, I'm willing to do that. But it's chicken, like I said, chicken, rice, pork chops, trying to think of other foods that have done that. I don't know. I can't remember offhand. But anyway, so the way I eat now, I don't have that problem. I just, like I said, but chicken and dry pork, I definitely have to take a bite of something or drink of something whenever I do it. But yeah, so that's something I have to do. And in order to, and that's another reason why I like sauces. There's usually enough liquid in it to thin it on down. That's all I got for you. I will talk to you later. Okay, I'll keep you updated on this, and I'll tell you what we do tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow I'm probably going to do, I'll take a 21, because they're, like I said, a box of them are not cheap. So by buying the highest one and then cutting it into more servings, more portions, then definitely is saving money in the long run. So tomorrow I think I'll try a 5. Since the protocol is 7, I think I'll try a 5 and see what happens. But I just want to start with the smallest amount possible. So, all right, I'll see you at Lupper. Bye. It's a pretty windy day out here. I'm not walking up to the stop sign. I heard the nurses go up, or they did their walk. They go down into the park. I ain't about that park life. They found a dead body down in there, and I'm not about that life, thank you very much. But what I did see the other day, come here, let me show you. I ain't got the right walking shoes today anyway. And I just don't feel like I hear a dog barking. There's houses like, well, no, not houses, but like a trailer court over there. But anyway, this is what I saw. When I was walking, I was like, oh yeah, this needs some Terri time. So, I ain't gonna get a whole bunch of it. I gotta make sure ain't no snakes in there. It's looking kind of snaky if you ask me. But I think if I go in and kind of stomp around, I'll chase them off, you know. And I might pull some of these weeds out. Let's just pull some. We'll see how easy they come out. So, anyway, that's the kind of mood I'm in today. Not a walking mood, but a weed pulling mood. But, ooh, that's glass. Anyway, so, all right, guys. I'm going to pull some weeds and get me a little vitamin D. See what I see. I love y'all. Just know you are worth it. You are worth whatever you're doing. And you are loved. You're loved by Jesus. You're loved by me. And you're loved by people that know you. And, you know, even if they don't, or even if they are not nice to you, forgive them. We got to work on forgiveness, you guys. That's like something we have to work on, is forgiving ourselves and our families and people of our past. That's something we all have to work on, is forgiveness, because it's the only way we're going to get peace. I wonder if that thing's a weed. I don't know. It's like, I don't know really what is a weed. I should make Leslie come out here. Or my Leslie, she knows what's a weed. I think that's a weed, but it's that prickly kind. So if I try to pull it, it's going to get me. Maybe if I step on it and kill it this way. I don't know. Anyway, all right, bye. Okay, I should have taken a before and after picture. But anyway, when you see the street, you'll see it's so stupid prickly kind. And so I had to use my scissors to cut them. I think hopefully editing, Terri, go drop a pair of pruning shears in your lunchbox and take them to work. So I work on this one a lot of times. Obviously, I haven't recently. But it was this one down here. Now, I don't know how it originally looked. You know what I mean? So I don't know enough about it. But I would imagine that real tall thing sticking out there is probably not something that's part of the decor, the external decor. But let's show you what I did. So there, I'm going to have to bring some gloves too. Terri, bring gloves and pruning. See, look out here at the street. I don't know what to do with that stuff. It was like the real prickly kind. And so anyway, so I'm sure some of this, like, I think that right there is still a weed. Ow! There's still some prickly. Oh, there's a baby prickly. This is what I've been doing. I've been kind of scuffing it up, so then I can get down to the root and it don't hurt so much when I get a hold of the roots and pull that little sucker out. But anyway, those little boogers hurt. But anyway, so
Yeah, like I said, I didn't take a before and after. A before picture, I don't think. But you can tell that's what I do. I just get a hold of something, I grab it, and I throw it. That looks like maybe it's something. That might be something. These are just I can't get to. But anyway, so all this, I wonder if that's something. But see, I don't want to pull some of these bigger looking things that look like maybe they are something until I talk to my Leslie. Because Leslie has a green thumb and she'd be able to tell me what's what. But she ain't here. She had to go to a family event right quick. But anyway, so yeah, all this out here, that's what I done. So anyway, I don't think they have a ground crew that comes in like, gardens and does weeds and stuff. So, oh poop. Don't be blowing it back in there now, Mr. Wind. So anyway, but yeah. So what'd you do on your 15-minute break at work today, guys? Well, you see what I did. And I feel good. I feel like I had some movement, but it wasn't a boring walk. So I was hooped over and picking and a pucking and a plucking and a picking. So now, all right, you're in the loop. We'll tackle this one another day. It's supposed to be bad weather tonight or tomorrow or something. So maybe after the rain will be a better time to do the plucking. So look at all the clouds. See all them clouds up there? It's like dark and cloudy. Anyway, look, there's little Tawanda. I should put a name tag on her. Tawanda! But instead, it just says Terri Leist. I don't care if y'all see it. My goodness, I put my address in the description of my videos. So what's the difference in y'all seeing my license plate? I ain't got nothing to hide. Ain't got nothing in my house but dogs. So if you want to rob those. Anyway. So, what's kicking? What y'all doing right now? I said I was going to come out and meander before it starts raining. These are kind of hard to pull up because I hope y'all can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's kind of, they're just like real down low to the ground. Anyway, your girl is squatting. I'm copping a squat. I just had a nice little poopy doopy in the work bathroom. So that was nice. Yes, it was. I guess that we don't have anybody that comes out here and does this. It's only either me or Leslie, or I don't know. I've never seen anybody out here. But I did talk to Miss Leslie because, she's a plant person. I'll try to remember to show you. She went to a farmer's garden, and I talked to her. Anyway, she went to a farmer's garden and brought home a plant. I talked to her, and she said, so let me show you what my project until they... So we used to have a doctor before our current doctor. He's a consulting doctor, so he doesn't like see patients and prescribe. He just reads charts and makes advises about how they could take care of their physical health. Look up there, see more clouds. Anyway, so our old doctor, he used to come out, and he would weed all the time, everywhere. And anyway, so he's no longer with this company. Man, I think I'm going to have to get one of them tools that you... Ouch! Dadgummit, that's that stupid prickly kind down in there. Anyway, he used to go around the building and he would pull weeds and... Oh, that's gonna... Anyway, and so... But Leslie said this one's a weed. So I'm going to have to take her word for it that it's a weed. Anyway, and so I think I want to get one of those tools that have the little spiky things. And that might be a good thing to get. But that doctor, he retired. He was 92, 93 when he retired. And so he's no longer with us. So he don't come around and take care of all these weeds. So, ooh, look at there. I got some roots on that one. Hot diggity. I just throw them out in the street. But anyway, so he ain't with us no more. I mean, he's alive, but he just don't work here no more. So... Anyway, so Leslie says all these little squiggly things that go up and down, I forgot what she calls them. Those are real plants or real things that are supposed to be here. But these little trees, she said that's not. So my goal by the end of the summer is, like I said, unless they fuss at me and I get in trouble for it or something, is going to be to get rid of all this stuff And or maybe by the, I don't know, I probably won't do it by the end of summer, because you know your girl don't go out in the hot. That's just not my style. Oh, she said this is a weed. I didn't know this was a weed, so we're gonna pull this up because I can get a hold of that one. Well, that's a funny looking thing. That's just a little looks like a little. Oh, so something used to be here. It had to have been something there, because look, it looks like it was burned. Look, it looks like there was something that was there, but it was burned. See how black it is? Throw that out in the street. I'm terrible. Oh, and then there's another part of it. So anyway, then she said this purpley stuff. Oh, the wind's a-blowing. This purpley stuff is weeds, she said. It kind of feels grabby. So anyway, and so she said all these are weeds, so I can pull all these up. But I ain't doing it today. But what it's going to come down to is your girl. Hang on. I'm going to have to get real brave, because there's probably snakes around here. And I'll have to stomp and then reach in. And then stomp and then reach in. But I'm going to see if I can get a lot of this stuff out of here. That's going to be my goal. I can't tell you if I'll do it in this, by wind. But that's a whole tree. I'm going to say a cuss word. Close your ears, Judy. That's a whole ass tree. 2 of them growing up in there. Anyway, so yeah. So that's what my plan is. And I'm gonna start bringing, when I remember, I'm gonna start bringing some my gloves, the blue gloves, and then that way I don't know if I have any allergies to something, because I go in and I wash my hands right away, because your girl's I'm a sensitive girl. So anyway, so that's our project for the summer or fall. We'll just see how it all goes down. Okay, bye. Also, we're supposed to have bad storms tomorrow, which is Friday. I'll keep you updated on how everything is. Anyway, so we may even end up going home. I see somebody walking. I'm going to go say hi. Okay, bye. You guys, I'm so excited. Lou only has 2 more after tonight. So what's today? Thursday. So he's got Friday night and Saturday night after tonight. And then he won't have any more steroids for the time being. Listen, that is going to be part of his life off and on forever because of his allergy issues. But this boy has been through the ringer. For those who don't know, my channel is really based on playlists. So because every day I do something, I eat something. Sometimes I'm eating meat heavy. Sometimes I'm eating veg heavy. So I really have done on my channel, I try to put things in playlists. So if you're carnivore and you want to see how I lost 60 pounds on carnivore, hop on over to that playlist. If you're keto and you want to know about how to count calories and macros on keto, I got that playlist too. If you want to see how I make a lot of the food I make, I got a playlist for that too, guys. I got all kinds of playlists, but that's really kind of how I've developed my channel. My brain works in folders. So like at work, oftentimes I'll say I work in bins. And if I'm working on something and somebody comes in and I'm not ready for that, I'm like, I am not in your bin right now. You're going to have to give me a few minutes. So my brain just works in bins. So this channel is kind of based on playlists, kind of like folders. So that's some insight into my brain. So, hang on, this might make a mess. Okay, good. I've got some electrolytes tonight, and I'm putting grape Zevia in there. So this is just my homemade electrolytes. As you all know, do what you want to do. Don't do what I do. It's worked for me, and I'm just sharing it with you. So what do I have? So I knew I'm not going to have to take any food to work tomorrow. And so I'm like, I'm doing a ribeye. Yeah. So I took a ribeye, took it frozen, and some rutabaga. So I steamed the rutabaga about 5 minutes in the microwave to help get the inside done. And then when my air fryer had about, 7 minutes, I plopped them into my air fryer. And then for the steak, I just set it on 350, and I think it went maybe 10 minutes.
And then I pushed my thermometer in there, the digital one. You know, years ago, before I got this one, so it, you know, this thermometer is not cheap. I think it said it used to be like $80. Maybe it's gone down. I don't know. I haven't looked at them. I have two of them. But anyway, I wonder if, or I used to have one that I got here on Amazon. It was like $20. And it was you plug it in, but it had a wire, and the wire attached to this little thing that told you the temperature. And it beeped exactly the same way this one does. So don't go out and buy you an $80 thermometer. You can get the other kind that has a cord, and you can just leave it in there and let it cook. And it'll beep the same way as this one does. It's just the thing is on the cord will just hang out. It'll just, you know, sit outside of your, whatever you use. I did it in the oven. I used it on my grill. It's just, I don't know. I got this one. You know me. I got to have the biggest and best because I'm easily influenced. So, anyway, so I put the rutabaga in for the last, I don't know, 7 minutes. Then my steak, I knew I wanted to sear it, so I set it up to be medium rare. I pulled it out at 135, whatever that is. And then I had a skillet on my stove, not my cast iron, but I had an old Teflon skillet, and I cranked that puppy up. Needs a little more salt. It'll be okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. Remember that? Bye, bye, black sheep. Have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the dame, one for the little boy who lives down the lane. Oh, that reminds me. Last night, my coworkers were making fun of me because they were talking about something about being sad. And I'm like, oh, I said, you know what this is? And they're like, what? I said, it's my record player saying, cry me a river. They're like, it's supposed to be a violin. I'm like, I don't know. I've heard it's a record player. And they just thought that was the funniest thing because not a one of them had ever heard that. I don't know where I heard it, but it's a record player playing Cry Me a River. That's what I said it was. Anyway, so that, and then this tonight is, let's see, what flavor? Pecan sticky bun. I probably didn't even need my electrolytes in my drink, but this has a half of a serving of electrolytes. And it's pecan sticky bun with, this is the last one of the mix that I had. It was just, I had some chocolate and some caramel and some peanut butter and vanilla. I just put it all together. Cheers. Cheers, y'all. Boop. There we go. That's my supper. Boy, I've been chatty today. I got to shut up. I showed you outside too much. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, Suzanne and I, we have our meeting and we go to Texas Roadhouse. When I go there, I get the roadkill. It's basically like a ground steak, chucks, whatever, the ground up, basically like a hamburger. But they have onions and mushrooms, and I get a salad and a sweet potato. So that's what I'm getting tomorrow. You'll see that for my lunch. Okay, bye.